you know, it was definitely an uphill battle at times. When you play good football teams like that, it's gonna be that. You know, we had to earn everything we got for sure, especially in the run game. But I was really pleased after watching the film that our guys really competed and stepped up to the challenge. And sometimes we won some battles and sometimes we didn't. But our guys really did a nice job. We took care of the ball pretty well. Obviously, we had the drop snap down there close, which we're not happy about that. But other than that, I thought we did a nice job. Jarrett didn't put the ball in jeopardy, which is always important, especially in the passing game. Made pretty good decisions. I thought putting the ball out on the perimeter some early in the game, which I thought was really good. And then obviously I think our receivers continue to grow up and make plays, which I think is very important. And did that on third down, which we went in the game knowing we had to do some really good things on third down to have a chance. And I thought that was a really key part of the game. And then obviously carry on was carry on, and excited about this week, and we had a good night tonight getting started. We're going to play another really good defense this week, so got to get ourselves ready to go. Questions? Do
you believe you have a realistic shot of getting Kerryon Johnson back on the field in time for the
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I hope so. I think he'll do everything he can do to be ready to go.
When you guys evaluate him, Gus Malzahn said that he probably wouldn't practice tonight, but when you evaluate him through the week, what are you looking for from him?
Well, I think this late in the season, everybody's pretty banged up, to be honest with you. And I think Kerryon will do everything he can do to get himself ready. And I think that'll be a big factor is, you know, how he feels, really just trusting him. He's an older player and see how he feels. And then, you know, our other guys have been getting a lot of reps, especially in practice, because we've been kind of taking it off him a little bit. So I feel good about the depth we have there. And I think those guys, Cam Martin stepped in and had a good run the other night. And Devin Barrett and Malik, I think, are both capable. So I'm looking forward to seeing them practice this week, but at the end of the day, I think Kerryon, we'll just see how it goes. It's kind of a day-to-day thing.
Did Kerryon just back up his ankle? Is he okay?
Yeah, he's Kerryon.
No, Cam.
Cam, yeah, he's good. He practiced tonight. I think he's good.
Gus said that you guys held back the pop pass out of the Wildcat and thought about running a couple weeks. When you got a play like that you kind of been setting up all year, how much thought is there before you say, okay, this is the time we're going to pull the trigger?
Well, it starts with you got to get the right look, you know, on film that you think it could be there. And there's been a few times earlier we thought it could have been, but either it wasn't on the right hash or whatever. So it's just one of those things. You got things like that I think every coach does that they like in certain areas of the field. And if the look's right, you let it go. And good thing for us tonight, it was the right look, and we executed it, which is always another key. You got to execute when you get the chance. And we did that.
When it works, how validating is it? And something like that might only work once because they can adjust afterward.
Right.
How much does it break your heart if it doesn't?
Oh yeah, it's critical. I mean, yeah, it's definitely disappointing if it doesn't. And there's a lot of plays like that actually that they look good on paper, but you know, it was really good to see our guys execute.
Chip, just Jarrett's performance in the face of the blitz, all the things he had to go through. How would you grade him against Alabama?
Oh, I mean, he played well. I mean, I think he finished, what, 22 of 29. He made really good decisions. I thought he really made good decisions on when to pull the ball down and run, which I thought was a really good thing. And I think it's a testament to his growth at the position as he's played throughout the year. He's continued to improve in decision making and when the play's dead and when to throw it away. You know, he threw it away a couple times the other night, which was good. And you know, protected the ball because those guys will get after the quarterback. They have. You know, they get after everybody. So. Just really thought he made really good decisions, and obviously, you know, throwing it, he can throw it. That's a given. But the decision making, I think, is what's been most impressive.
He reflected on, like, at this point a year ago, he was watching the game at his girlfriend's house in Houston. You know, how far has he come, and what was, you've been asked to talk about this before, but your guys' first meeting, you know, what was that like, meshing for the first time?
Well, I got to know him recruiting when I was at Arizona State, so that was really nice to already have an idea of his personality and knowing him a little bit on the phone. But obviously, we get here and seeing him in person, it's been great. You saw a guy that was really motivated, really excited to prepare, to come in every day and watch extra film and learn the offense, and then on the other side, learn defenses, protections, and how we need to protect certain things, and then the scheme on defense, the secondaries playing, all that. So I just saw a guy that was eager and hungry and ready to get going, and that's always exciting when you're a coach.
I'm sorry. How big a, I don't know, leap of faith did it become with him to become a +1? Because you really maximized that last night as a run.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that we've had. You know, it just depends on, like, again, does the defense present that? And they did some, and he's done it a few other games as well. I think Arkansas kind of comes to mind, Texas A&M a little bit. So he just made good decisions. It goes back to decision making. Your quarterback's got to be able to to make great decisions, and he did that last night.
Chip, if you have to go with Cam, is he a guy you can give the ball to 25, 30 times, or would it be better to spread it out a little bit more?
Cam Martin?
Cam Martin.
Yeah, I think he's capable. I mean, obviously, we probably played two or three guys, but, you know, I feel good about all of them, to be honest with you. Just see how the game plan goes.
Chip, besides execution, you guys haven't trailed very much at all this season, but when you have, it's usually led to a negative result. Last night, you get down after that first drive, and you get a field goal, and then you take the lead. What was the difference besides execution from both Jarrett and the whole offense to be able to have a different frame on and to achieve a different result?
I don't know that there was any difference. Our guys, you know, we're going to play for 4 quarters. When we're ahead or behind, it probably never comes up, to be honest with you. But just continuing to do what we do, continuing to execute our game plan that we had prepared, and just obviously, you know, we feel like we got a really good defense. So we know that hopefully they're not going to score a lot of points. So as long as we continue to move the ball and try to create some explosive plays, we feel like we'll have a chance to win.
You talked about the short passing game being an extension of the running game, and now we see Ryan Davis especially becoming that. How important has that been for you guys the past 4 or 5 weeks especially?
I think it is important because people will put extra guys in the box. You can't block them all, and you play really good teams. They're not going to get in there and miss tackles, you know. So you got to have answers for that, and sometimes it's throwing screens down the perimeter, and sometimes it's, you know, crossing routes and different things to try to offset some of that. And I think we've improved in that area.
How much better Jarrett is staring down a blitz and delivering to the open guy now?
How much is he?
How much better? How much has he improved at that? It seems like, especially yesterday, he had no problem just standing in there and always seemed to find the right guy.
Yeah, I think so. And our wideouts did a really nice job of getting open too. I think that helps. There's times early in the year we weren't getting open, and he had nowhere to go with the ball. So, and then there's times that maybe he you know, got his eyes down and didn't keep his eyes downfield. But I think that's just his maturation as a quarterback and continuing to improve and playing more.
Gus has mentioned that a couple of times, that he keeps going back to he played 4 games at Baylor. Do you think the expectations on Jarrett were a bit high from the outside because he played some at the...
Yeah, maybe from the outside. For us, we knew we had a young player that was really talented, and it was just a matter of him learning to play, especially in this league. It's a little different than the league he came from, so I think it's been good for him. He's matured and grown, and he's been throwing in some fires now this year, so I think he's done a really nice job of handling it.
Chip, back to some of the trick plays. You sort of added some different things to the offense, built on different plays and stuff. You got some more tricks up your sleeve?
Well, they're not trick plays. They're special plays, so that's the way we... No, I'm kidding. You know, you always try to find ways to score, really, to be honest with you. And whether it's a trick play or a base play, whatever you want to call it, I think it's just trying to create explosive plays. That's the key to winning, I think, is because it's hard to drive the field against really good defenses, and it's hard to put 10 or 12 play drives together, and you need some explosive plays to try to manufacture some touchdowns. And you know, I think that's one of the areas we have improved on is throughout the season, is we've improved on those explosive opportunities, and we'll continue to try to do that.
Chip, you talk about the challenge of playing the same team in a 4-week period.
Yeah, it's a challenge for sure, especially one that's really good like this one. So I think it just comes down to, you know, you try to get your players in a position to play well and win and give them the best opportunity based on the game plan. I'm sure they're doing the same thing on their side. There'll be wrinkles, I'm sure, on each side, and how we adjust to those will be important. But at the end of the day, you know, it's a player's game, and let's put them in position to make plays and see what happens.
Chip, in the immediate aftermath of the game, there were a few analysts that thought you guys were the best team in the country. Auburn's #1 right now. Talk to that, I guess, and then how far you guys have come since leading 20-0 at LSU.
Yeah, you know, I don't really have much to say about that. I mean, that's for everybody else to talk about. We're trying to focus on our guys each and every day, and I think from the inside, we don't really pay attention to a lot of that. I do think we've improved as the year's gone, which that's what you want to do. I think any season, you don't want to peak too early. You want to continue to improve each week. And to be honest with you, winning on the road's hard. It doesn't matter who you're playing. And you know, a couple games early in the year, we didn't play as well as we needed to, and hopefully that trend will go the other way, and we'll continue to improve and play a few more games.
Good, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, like us?
No. This is going to be almost like a road game. I mean, they could buy tickets for 3 weeks, it's in Georgia.
Right.
Is that something you take into account in your preparation?
I think so. I mean, I think you have to treat it that way somewhat, you know, because it's definitely, obviously, close to where they are, and I think our guys are prepared. We've been in some hostile environments throughout the year, you know, Clemson, LSU, Texas A&M, so I think our guys will be ready for it, but I definitely think it's something that our guys understand, and I think they're looking forward to it. Anytime you get in this game, it's exciting. You just look forward to having the opportunity to play for a championship.
Chip, have you heard any from South Alabama, and do you have any interest in that job?
No, I'm focused kind of on what we're doing here, so, and hadn't done anything like that.
Chip, not to kind of give away your playbook, but you've run a lot of different variations of that throwback screen. You've thrown it to carry on, you've thrown it to wide receiver.
You're supposed to tell everybody that.
Well, you've already done it. It's on
Oh,
tape.
okay.
Like, and you've thrown it to Jalen. You threw it to Jalen yesterday. When you're introducing a new concept off of the same look, how do you go about that? Does that happen in fall camp, or is it throughout the season you go, hey guys, let's
you know,
try
it
this?
starts really back in the spring and fall camp. You just different plays, you know, you have in your file, so to speak, and some weeks they fit, some weeks they don't, and you try to, you know, present it maybe a little different each week or each time you try to run it. But you know, it's been good so far. But obviously, you know, we need to execute other things as well too, and you know, again, trying to create explosive plays and get a guy free is kind of the whole point of that.
Chip, you've been here as an analyst and getting ready for an SEC championship game. What's it like as a coordinator, and for you, how much fun is this to be a part of a game like
Yeah,
this?
it's exciting, man. This is why you know you come to Auburn to play in these kind of games, and I'm excited about it. Looking forward to it. It's a big challenge for sure, but it's an opportunity a lot of people never get. So we're going to enjoy it. We're going to work our butts off and try to get ready. But at the end of the day, it comes down to when it kicks off, man. It's just another game, and we gotta understand that and try to play as well as we can and see what happens.
What do you think of the job your offensive line has been able to do, especially on third downs in passing situations?
I think they've done a great job. They've improved. You know, we played a lot of different combinations, you know, because of injuries and different things. So I think those guys are continuing to improve. They've done a great job of forming some continuity together, and that's important when you need offensive line. And I've really been pleased with those guys. And obviously, when you play these really good teams, there's some one-on-one matchups. You're going to win some and lose some. But I really like that progress that unit's made.
Chip, I think you were an analyst at the Kick 6 and 13.
I was, yeah.
Where does an analyst sit in the pecking order for something like that?
Well, I was sitting in the press box that
Okay.
night. But yeah, I was, you know, we have, the analysts do a lot of different jobs. Mine was different than some of the other guys. So either way, I was just glad to be a part of it. It was a great experience, great year, and we're looking forward to this challenge this year.
Are you allowed to talk much in a situation like that?
What's that?
Or in the press box as an analyst, or is
No,
that-
there's rules about talking in the NCAA.
Like, don't